Hello everybody and welcome back to Skyrim. It's episode number 46. So last time we spoke with Parthenax and Ungare, and today we're fast traveling to the College of Winterhold in order to search for an Elder Scroll in order to learn Dragonrend. Fire burns for a while after the target is hit, dealing extra damage, and is useful against all types of opponents.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
Several mages.
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies. For old now, don't act like she didn't say anything. I know.
Dragon. Attacking the college of all places. Come on, Lydia. You've got this. Done.
I don't even know what to say. All right then.
Where did it come from?
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns
In
are
all
not
my years, I've never seen such a thing.
All right.
If you require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know. If you would, please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by Atronachs roaming their town. The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college. By sure no. Those archaic policies died out with the Mages Guild, and were never enforced here. Necromancy, as any other type of magic, is a tool to be used. Of course, non-mages may not see it that way, so we don't go around flaunting it. Not within society, no. Many who practice within the School of Conjuration do so on their own, secretly. Thalion is the only one I know who is public about what he does. He was once my teacher here, but left the college years ago. He didn't like the Archmage, hated dealing with him, hated having to answer to him. Thalion said he hated what this place was becoming, so he just left. Arin found a note on his desk, and that was it. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem. I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
I've got your back. We have a cozy little prophet. Here, this is your share, love.
Alrighty, got some more gold.
I am
Trade.
sworn to carry your burdens.
See what I can trade. Alright, I can trade a bit. 9. I'm gonna give her the staff. I'm still 13 over, shoot. Can't even give her an amethyst.
lead, I'll follow.
Alright, well, I don't want to drop anything, so got a long walk ahead of us down to Winterhold. I don't mind though. Let's hope you guys will be alright. Let's read the quest. Elder Knowledge. I met the Master of the Greybeards, the Dragon Parthunax. He told me that the ancient Nords used an Elder Scroll to cast Alduin forward in time. If I can recover that same Elder Scroll, I may be able to use it to learn Dragonborn shout directly from the ancient heroes. Arngare suggested that someone at the College of Winterhold might know how to find it. Yeah, next time I level up, I really need to put a point in stamina. So yeah, I've never actually played an Elder Scrolls game, so I'm really curious as to whether or not there's an Elder Scroll within each game. Is there more than one normally? And I'm also curious as to how they're incorporated into the game. I'm sure with Oblivion there's probably an Elder Scroll that helped to like relight stuff or whatever, or help close Oblivion maybe? I don't know. Or close the gateway to Oblivion. Wonder what I'm even wearing underneath. Oh yeah, I'm wearing dwarven boots. They look weird. Oh, courier!
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. A letter. Not sure who from. He wouldn't say, just that he was a friend of yours. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Thanks, courier. Oh, here we go, letter from a friend. You caused quite a bit of stir when you demonstrated the power of your Thuum. Not everyone is anxious for the return of the Dragonborn. I have one desire to see you grow and develop your talents. Skyrim needs a true hero these days. You should turn your attention to Highgate Ruins. I understand that it holds a mysterious source of power that can only be unlocked by a Dragonborn. Sincerely, a friend. I guess that you get that after you defeat the dragon attack in the college. I wonder who that friend is. Tolfdir? Or if I'm getting hoodwinked. One. There's the courier. Alright, I hope Birna has some money on her.
I'll sell just... oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
After all, it has been a little while. Yeah, she has money. Good. Decent enough to buy a few dragon scales.
Good day.
And bones. She can also sell those for pretty good profits, so that's good for her.
Nope. Sorry. Nothing.
Okay. I understand that couriers kind of like chase you to insane lengths. I haven't actually had that happen. Normally they've cornered me after I leave a shop or like there where I was in the college and totally encumbered. Kodak Whitemane is harbinger of the companions. He does not give orders, but his word is highly respected both inside your Vasker and through all the 9 holds. So I wonder what it's like to be wandering the world and seeing the courier chase you. I'm sure we'll meet, like, Lucia asking for allowance or something. See?
You're home! Can I get a few gold to spend? Please?
Sure.
You're the best. Thanks.
So I can
I've
go
got your
right
back.
here.
We have a cozy little profit. Here. This is your share, love.
Boom, 100 gold.
Let's get going then.
I've got to run to get in before the store closes.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. Everything. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
How about a book for you? Wasn't it blood something? Immortal blood, I have two of them.
I'd even... Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
I think I'll sell the Orcish dagger. And the steel mace.
Remember, I'll give you the best deal.
I've got your back.
I try.
How can I serve you, my Thane? You lead, I'll follow.
You just let me know. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Wait, Esmeralda, did I steal something right off her that
Next
she was
time,
wearing?
come see me at my shop.
Still here.
Got some things you'll just love.
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Because, yeah, what I took from her is what she comes to you, like, decked out in. The armor, or the boots. So what is she wearing now? Steel soldier's boots, okay.
Let's get going then.
Welcome. Take a look. Till next time.
Yeah. It's too late. See ya, Belthor. Alright, let's head back to the college. Most I want to hold was lost to the sea. I'm guessing it was probably earthquakes caused by tsunamis, and the college either put up like warding spells or just its position was lucky because it's higher up mind you, than the rest of Winterhold, so that could explain it. Yep, the bones now remain here.
Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest of Skyrim.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
Yep. Oh, we've got to go into the library. The Arcanium, if you will. Wait, what? That Red Eagle book had a quest to it? Legend of Red Eagle by Chidane Dren, Archivist of Winterhold. Okay. Basically, it looks like his life. Some hero died and his sword got lost. Okay. See if it's like a genuine quest. Or miscellaneous. Yeah, miscellaneous. Eating some bread, huh?
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
Yep. Probably a blade who wrote that.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand? And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand boy? I knew it. Everyone comes in here expecting my help, but they don't even have the proper questions. An Elder Scroll is an instrument of immense knowledge and power. To read an Elder Scroll, a person must have the most rigorously trained mind, or else risk madness. Even so, the Divines usually take the reader's sight as a price. It would take a month to explain to you how that very question doesn't even make sense. The scrolls exist here, with us, but also beyond and beneath, before and after. They are bits of divine-made substance, so we could know them. Sorry, talking about the scrolls, you usually end up in irritating and vague metaphors like that. Some people who study them devoutly go mad. The simplest way to put it is knowledge, but there's nothing simple about an Elder Scroll. It's a reflection of all possible futures and all possible pasts. Each reader sees different reflections through different lenses and may come away with a different reading. But at the same time, all of it is true, even the falsehoods, especially the falsehoods. Ah. You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. What about? Wait. Were you the one the Greybeards were calling? I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand boy? You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it.
Just pretend that that never happened. He said that he'd help me, so I'm gonna say, I need to find one, and I was told you could help.
I don't know who told you that, but I'll do what I can. What we do have are plenty of books. I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. Fight well.
Let's go with him. Oops. You need a key for these bookcases.
Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them.
Okay. Telekinesis Arrow Research Notes. This spell tome will teach its reader the unique art of Telekinesis Arrow, giving both the lesser power and the knowledge to craft these special arrows. Upon firing the arrow, one will find it to be suspended frozen in the air until the Telekinesis Arrow lesser power is cast, upon which the value will be released. Sorry. Appears that only a certain number of arrows can be suspended in the air at a time. Attempting to fire any more than 10, they are simply returned to the archer's quiver. While suspended, one can pluck them from the air, however. Upon making contact, these arrows lose their magical power and cannot be retrieved. As they contain magical properties of their own, they appear to me impervious to enchantments from the bow they are fired from. Well, let's get that book read. Effects of the Elder Scrolls. It is widely known among scholars that the Elder Scrolls entail a certain hazard in their very reading. The mechanism of the effect has, at present, been largely unknown. Theories of hidden knowledge and divine retribution were the subject of idle speculation with little investigation. I, Justinus Dolhinius, have undertaken to thoroughly document the ailments afflicted by the Elder Scrolls on their readers, though a unified theory of how they manifest continues to elude me, remains a subject for future study. I have grouped the effects into 4, finding that the avenue of experience depends largely upon the mind of the reader. If this is unclear, I hope that a proper dichotomy will lay it plain. Group the first. The nails. For one who has received no training in the history or nature of the Elder Scroll, the scroll itself is effectively inert. No prophecy can be scribed, nor knowledge obtained, while the scroll will not impart learning to the uninformed, nor will it afflict them in any adverse fashion. Visually, the scroll will appear to be awash in odd lettering and symbols. Those who know their astronomy often claim to recognize constellations, the patterns and connections, but such conjecture is impossible to investigate further, since the very nature of this study necessitates unlearned subjects. Group the second, the unguarded intellects. It is this second group that realizes the greatest danger from attempting to read the scrolls. These are subjects who have an understanding of the nature of the Elder Scrolls, possess sufficient knowledge to actually read what is inscribed there. They have not, however, developed adequate discipline to stave off the mind-shadowing effect of having a glimpse of infinity. These unfortunate scrolls are struck immediately, irrevocably, and completely blind. Such is the price for overreaching one's faculties. Bears mentioning, though, that with the blindness also comes a fragment of that hidden knowledge. Whether the future, the past, or the deep natures of being is dependent on the individual, their place in the greater spheres, but the knowledge does come. Group the third. Mediated understanding. Alone in Tamriel, it would appear that only the cult of the ancestor moth has discovered the discipline to properly guard one's mind when reading the scrolls. There are novitiates must undergo the most rigorous mental cultivation, and they often spend a decade or more at the monastery before being allowed to read their first Elder Scroll. The monks say this is for the initiate's own protection, so they must have witnessed many unguarded intellects among the more eager ranks. With appropriate fortitude, these readers also receive blindness, though at a far lesser magnitude than the unguarded. Their vision fogs slightly, but they retain shape, color, and enough acuity to continue to read mundane texts. The knowledge they gain from the scroll is also somewhat tempered, It requires stages of meditation and reflection to appreciate fully and express what one saw. Group the fourth, illuminated understanding. Between the previous group and this one exists a continuum that has, at present, only been traversed by the monks of the Ancestor Moth. With continued readings, the monks become gradually more and more blind, but receive greater, more detailed knowledge. As they spend their waking hours pondering the revelations, they also receive a further degree of mental fortitude. There is, for every monk, a day of penultimate reading, when the only knowledge that the Elder Scroll imparts that the monk's next reading shall be his last. For each monk the penultimate reading comes a different and unknowable time. Preliminary work has been done to predict the occurrence by charting the severity of an individual monk's blindness, but all who reach these later stages report that the increasing blindness seems to taper with increased readings. Some pose the notion that some other unseen sense is, in fact, continuing to diminish at this upper range, but I shall leave such postulations to philosophers. To prepare for his ultimate reading, one typically withdraws to seclusion in order to reflect upon a lifetime of revelations and appoint his mind for reception of his last. Upon this final reading, he is forever blinded, as sure as those unguarded ones who race to knowledge. The illuminated one, though, has retained his understanding over a lifetime, typically possesses a more integral notion of what has been revealed to him. It's hoped that this catalogue will prove useful to those who wish to further our multiple understanding of the Elder Scrolls. Moth priests remain aloof from these matters, taking the gradual debilitation that comes with reading as a point of pride. May this serve as a useful starting point for those hoping to take up such study. Dictated to Unstius Mechem, fourth of the last seed, the year 126th of the Second Era. Ruminations on the Elder Scrolls, Discerning the Transmundane, by Septimius Cygnus, College of Winterhold. Imagine living beneath the waves with the strong-sided blessing of most excellent fabric. Holding the fabric over your gills, you would begin to breathe, drink the warp and weft. Though the plant matter fibers imbue your soul, the wretched plankton would pollute the cloth until it stank out to heavens of prophecy. This is one matter in which the scrolls first came to pass. But are we the sea, the breather, or the fabric? Or are we the breath itself? Can we flow through the scrolls as knowledge flows through, being the water? Or are we the stuck morass of sea filth that gathers on the edge? Imagine again this time, but different. Bird cresting the wind is lifted by a gust and drowned by a stone. But the stone can come from above if the bird is upside down. Where then did the gust come from? In which direction? Did the gods send either, or has the bird decreed their presence by her own mind-making? The sight of the scrolls, makes a turning of the mind such that relative positions are absolute in their primacy. I ask you again to imagine for me, this time you are beneath the ground. A tiny acorn, planted by some well-meaning elf maiden of the woodlands for her pleasure. You wish to grow, but fear what you may become. So you push off the water, the dirt, the sun to stay in your hole. But it is in the very pushing that you become a tree in spite of yourself. How did that happen? The acorn is a kind of tree egg in this instance. The knowledge is water and sun. We are the chicken inside the egg, but also the dirt. The knowledge from the scrolls is what we push against to become full-sighted ourselves. Some of this makes sense to me, some of it doesn't, so far. One final imagining before your mind closes from the shock of ever knowing. You are now a flame, burning bright blue within a vast emptiness. In time you see your brothers and sisters, burnings of their own in the distance and along your side. Sea of pinpoints, a constellation of memories, each burns bright, then flickers. Then two more take its place, but not forever, lest the void fills with rancid light that sucks the thought. To our minds it's actually the emptiness, and the learnings of the scrolls are the pinpoints. Without their stabbing light, my consciousness would be as a vast nothingness, unknowing. Its emptiness as a void is unknowing of itself. But the burnings are dangerous, and must be carefully tended and minded, and brought themselves and spread to their siblings. Okay?
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand? Aye, that's the work of Septimus Signus. He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls, but, well, he's been gone for a long while. Too long. Somewhere up north, in the ice fields. He said he found some old Dwemer artifact, but well, that was years ago. Haven't heard from him since.
Let's try to get a general idea. Okay, so he's up here apparently. Yep. Blown by the wind, I hope. And not a skeleton trying to reanimate itself. I wonder how weird it is saying that someone's to the north of here. Alright. Head to fast travel here, and then we'll circle around and head to the ice fields. See, I'm sure the dragon skeleton over here will be gone. Yep. Alright, well, we'll head to the ice fields in the next episode. Actually, let's start it. Okay. But this Cygnus' outpost. Well, we'll do this in the next episode. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next one.